Did you know that having your book in the right Amazon categories could really help you become an Amazon bestseller? Well, in today's video, we're going to talk all about Amazon categories, and I'm going to show you how to get your book in the right categories to help you become a bestseller. Let's go. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Robert Enright, creator of the Indie Author Playbook, designed to help kickstart your indie author career by simplifying self-publishing and putting a little bit of positivity back in the process. So today we are talking about Amazon categories and how being in the right ones can help you get one of these. Right, it's pretty simple how to become a bestseller on Amazon Kindle. It's essentially you sell more books than other people in a specific category. So we're not talking about being the #1 selling book on Kindle. I mean, that would be wonderful, don't get me wrong. And if you are, credit to you. What we are talking about in this video today is becoming an Amazon bestseller by being in specific niche categories that most suit your book. So when you look on the Kindle store, all the different categories are down the left hand side. Now the kicker here is they actually only show 2 pages per category. So they actually only show you the top 100 books per category. So if your book is in a very broad category and you're sitting at rank number 100,000, how many pages does somebody have to go through to find that book? Okay, put yourself in the mindset of the actual paying customer here. So if you're looking for a specific product or a specific book, you don't really know what one, but you know kind of in what area you're looking for. Are you honestly going to look beyond the first 100 options that Amazon are giving to you? No, you are not. So if your books are in categories that are way too broad, and I'm talking like you're just in the crime category or the romance category, your book, unless you were doing some serious sales or some very heavy promotion, your book is going to be quite low down in those rankings. Well, you might be saying, well, my book is in the top 2,000 or the top 500 books on Kindle, and that is good. But putting yourself in the customer's shoes, if you're going 50 books per page, even if you're in the top 500 books, that person's still got to go through 10 pages to find your book. You know what? It's probably just going to be easier if I just show you. So why don't we jump into my computer and have a look. Hello and welcome to the inside of my computer. We are on the Amazon Marketplace, and I've opened up on this book here, which is called Hard Road by J.B. Turner. So I've picked this book because J.B. Turner is a very big seller in the genres that I'm in. And as you can see here, he's got a very good cover. He's got a tremendous amount of ratings, really good overall rating. So if we scroll down, down, we can see here that actually overall on the Kindle store, he is 3,279th. Which means Kindle and Amazon won't really show this book to anyone from the main page. However, if we look underneath, he's actually number 11 in crime thriller and mystery adventures, number 22 in assassination thrillers, and number 34 in political thrillers and suspense, which is really good. So if we click through to here and we have a look at this category, we can see, well, actually he's got numerous books at different rankings, but his first book in his series is here at number 11, which means it's not very far off at all from being number 1, which would get him a bestseller tag. What this means now is if somebody was reading from L.J. Ross or Adam Hamdy or any other author in this list, if they click through that category to see what else was available, they would see an awful lot of J.B. Turner, and he'd probably generate a lot of organic sales this way. And again, because it's a niche category, it doesn't take an awful lot of sales to become a bestseller. So now that we've seen this in action, you might be asking me the question, Rob, how do I do that? Well, don't worry, I'm going to tell you. When you upload your book onto Amazon, you are given the opportunity to put your book into 2 categories. Now, these categories are pretty broad, and your book is, to be honest, it's just going to get lost. It's like if a small pebble dropped into the ocean. Does it make a ripple?
So what you want to do is you want to put your book in the niche categories that serve it the best, right? Whilst the categories that Amazon allow you to select when you upload a book are not really that great, you can actually move your book into the specific categories. In fact, you can move them into 10. Yes, that's right, 10 categories. Right, so it's really important that you get your book in the correct categories. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I source my categories for my books. And to do that, we're going to hop back into the computer. Let's go.
Okay, so here we are back in the old computer again. And we are on the Amazon marketplace, and we're in the Kindle store. So if we want to find our categories, we go to Kindle store, and on the left hand side here we go to books. We open up books, and then here we've got all the different subcategories. Remember I told you there was thousands, there's tons here. Well, for my books, they're crime, thriller and mystery. So I found the right category here. So I go in here. Now, as you can see, we've then broken down by a further 4 categories. So if we start off and say go into crime fiction, I'll have a look here, and that vigilante justice, that one there works perfectly. So to get the breadcrumb trail, you essentially want to do every single step here. So it'll be Kindle store, books, crime, thriller, mystery, crime fiction, vigilante justice. So I'll get a notepad up, and as you can see here, I've already pre-prepared this. Kindle store, books, crime, thriller, mystery, crime fiction, vigilante justice. And then from that list over here, I pick which other ones I think would fit my book. So as you can see, I've selected action and adventure. And then I can come back out of crime fiction, go back to crime, thriller and mystery, and now I will go to, say, thrillers, and which one here would work well for me. Down here, I mean crime would be a good one, so let's go back in here. So instead of having crime fiction there, we do thriller, we got one of those, and crime. And then I can move on to the next one, and so on and so forth. Now you do this until you have 10 categories, and then once you've done that, we'll go on to the next bit.
Okay, so now you've got your 10 categories and you know the breadcrumb trail, which we looked at when we were just in the computer. So how do you get Amazon to put your books into those categories? You ask them. It's as simple as that. You just say, "Hey, Mr. Bezos, move my books." Well, you don't do it quite like that. However, you just ask Amazon. No, seriously, it is as easy as that. And guess what? I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's jump back into my computer. Come on.
Okay, so this is the final time that we're jumping back into my computer because I'm starting to find it a little bit intense. Here we are on Amazon Author Central. This is a free tool for all Amazon authors. If you haven't set yours up, you can do it through your KDP account. I suggest you do it. It's free to do, and it's really useful because you can do your author page and you can do a few other little cool bits. Now, to update your book categories, you might think, it probably makes sense to go here to books, but no. Go up here to the top right and go to help. Once you're in here, you might again think, here we go, we've got books, or we've got the categories and search terms. Neither of these two places are the place to do it, and actually Amazon don't tell you how to do this in any of these sections. What you need to do is come down here to contact us, and once you're on here, you're able to email Amazon directly. So select Amazon book page, and as you can see here, you've got one here which says update Amazon categories. So once you do that, you're then given this template. So one thing you need to do is you need to provide them with your ASIN number. That's really simple to find. If you go to your product page, so we're here on my one, for one of my books, under product details, it's just here where it says ASIN. You just copy this number and you pop it in here, and you just give them a little bit of information about, the title of the book, what your name is as the author. And then what you do is you come down here to categories to be added, and then going back to our that we got before, so we just do that, paste it in here, and then I'll probably just remove that. You can do up to 10 categories, and then once you are done, you just click send message, and it will go through to Amazon, and they will sort it out for you, and your books will be put in those categories within the next few days. And that's it. Now get out of my computer.
Now the benefits of being in these correct categories are if you have consistent sales and your book is selling regularly, you should be in the top 100, which means you should be on those top 2 pages. So if an Amazon customer is just, perusing what else is available, they could be a fan of Lee Child and they finish reading his books and they can see he's number 4 in a specific category. They click that category and they can then peruse those books. And if your book is in the top 100 of that category, there's a better chance of them picking it up. Now, how does this help you become a bestseller, I hear you ask? Well, it's basic, really. It takes a lot less sales to get number 1 in a niche category than it does in one of the broad ones. So I've had numerous bestseller icons. I'm showing you now. This isn't to boast, this isn't to brag. I don't need the ego up. This is just to prove to you that what I'm telling you is true and I've done it and I know what I'm talking about. Look, this should only take you 10-15 minutes max to do, to go onto Amazon, find the niche categories that your book should sit in, copy down the correct breadcrumb trail, go into Author Central, hit that help button, ask Amazon politely to put your books in the right categories, and then a few days later they should be in there. And if you are getting consistent sales, your books will then be higher up in those ranks. They will get more organic sales, and hey, you might get yourself a nice little bestseller tag. Wouldn't that be nice? That's it for now. If you enjoyed this video, you got any benefit out of it, please feel free to like the video, share it with other authors or people that you know are trying to write or are struggling with self-publishing. If you are interested in more videos about simplifying self-publishing or anything else that the Indie Author Playbook does, please consider subscribing to the channel. Right, so I've shown you what to do. We've jumped into my computer several times. Now I need you to go away, find your categories and get your books ranked higher. And I will see you next time.